The Timeline is brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Now, it was a big week for the government last week. They seemed to dominate a lot of the conversation that happened on the internet. Of course, save for Muchibi. We'll bring you all that and more on this episode of The Timeline. I am Ogutu Daudi, and welcome to the show. As is his constitutional obligation before the start of the second session of Parliament, the President addressed the nation for the State of the Nation Address 2017 to show how much progress the country has made over the last year, or since 1986. Now, it is important to note that the President mentioned 1986 12 times during his speech. And also, as the speech was going on, the people at NTV were fact-checking what the President was saying. And according to the guys there, apparently the President gave, what do we say, alternative facts 10 times. And all in all, the people on social media felt like it was, same script, different suits. Same sleeping MPs. Now, 2 days after the State of the Nation address, Honorable Matia Kasaija showed up with that much-loved, or not, briefcase at the steps of the Kampala Serena Hotel. It was time to read the national budget. Of course, that had been passed a week or so earlier by the Parliament, a budget of 28.9 trillion shillings. But if all these figures are confusing you, Raymond Mujuni of NTV did a much important and loved illustration with a loaf of bread, an illustration that I felt was very relevant to my people in Busoga.
After the four big spenders of the national budget have been taken out, this is the little that will be left behind. Now, this little amounts to 10 trillion shillings, but it has to be competed for by 14 sectors. These include health, security, public administration, ICT, tourism, trade and industry.
Of course, this did not come without the commentary and reactions from the experts on social media. But of course, according to the internet, there's one person who would definitely not have received a medal. He had been great, or so we thought, until the scandal broke when children started showing up at his funeral and the stories of him using his power for sexual favors at St. Lawrence schools broke. The internet, of course, did not take any prisoners. They made memes. And boy, were these things funny. Okay, we're not supposed to be laughing at this, but they were funny. Now, in light of these allegations, a lot of questions have been raised. The parents who kept quiet in exchange for bursaries, are they as guilty? The students who knew this was going on and kept quiet in exchange for favors, are they as guilty? The teachers who knew this was going on and yet said nothing, are they as guilty? And what is the government going to do to stop this from happening in any other school to any other child? Now, of course, don't forget to keep in touch with us using our social media handles at The Timeline 256 on Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Timeline 256. And you can do this from anywhere in the country without worrying about your data going out with MTN's unlimited data. Now, they offer you data with no caps anywhere in the country. Dial *150 *55# OK and follow the prompts if you're using airtime from a smartphone or any other data device, or dial *160 #OK and just follow the prompts. Of course, from here, the entire team that puts this show together, thank you so much for being part of the show, and catch you on the flip side of the internet, baby. Bye-bye.
The Timeline was brought to you by
Juza is back! Dial *150 *3 *1# to join and get more MB when you load 50 MB or more. MTN, everywhere you go.